All right, this is the correct live. Hopefully you all will jump over. And as soon as it posts to my channel, I will post the link. It's a real bummer when that happens, especially because I've already advertised that link. I've already advertised the link for tonight's live, but it's not going to work, and so we have to do a new one. So hold on 1 minute here while I try to post it to the places that I advertised it, so people know that they're at the right place now. And they're probably wondering, where did everybody go? The other live was only 2 minutes. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, make sure you go to live chat at the top of your screen, please. That way you can see everything. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Kelly. Yep, I had to actually leave the chat and the live and start all over again in order to get it to work. All right, I'm going to fix a couple things here real quick. Just give me 1 moment, please. I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to edit the old link in case people go there and wonder, what? Where is everybody? Why can't I see anything? Okay, here we go. I'm there. I'm going to put in all caps. Okay, use this link to watch the live. Okay. Now, back to the right link. Okay, thank you all for being so patient. I'm hurrying here. And then I just want to post it in the FSC and a couple other places, because I would hate for people to try and find it and then they can't find it and then they're frustrated. Okay, so we'll save it and we'll share it. Share. Okay, back to the FSC. Okay. Okay, one more moment, and I'm gonna save it to a Colorful Life Designs fan page, because there might be some people that are there who are looking for the correct link. One more place, and then I'm done. Okay. Colorful Life Designs. One more spot here. All right. Now you have my full attention. So sorry about that. It's very frustrating because I had it set for the right orientation, but it just with the iPhone, you can just tilt your hand just slightly, and then boom, you're in the other direction, and then boom, you can't get it changed back once you go live. So I didn't start yet because I had to fix a couple links. I'm hoping that it's not frozen anymore. I'm hoping you can hear me. All right, let's see. We have nice group of folks here again. Thank you all. We've got Kelly, Gloria, hi Sherry, hi Melanie, hi Judy, hi Anna, Hi Pam. Hi Kathy. Hi Nancy. Hey Bobby. Hello T. Hello Stacy. Hi Sandy. Hi Lisa. Hi Carol. Hello Nicole. Hi Debadoo. So nice to see you all. Hey Jerry. Hi Marguerite. That's my mom's name, Marguerite. Hi Deborah. Hey Barb K. Hi Jonna. And let me see who else. Hi Amy. In case you guys don't know Amy, she has an awesome YouTube channel, Amy's Wears, and she is like a rock star when it comes to a Colorful Life Designs stencils. She does such a great job, and I've learned a lot from watching her videos. Hi Chow. Hi Denise. Hey Mary. Hi Cheryl. Aw, of course Amy, you do. You do a great job, and I am very inspired by your work. And I would say a couple times a week, Amy will have something on her blog using these fantastic stencils. So you can learn a lot from her. All right, without further ado, let's get started because we have a lot to go over, folks. It's an exciting new release from Colorful Life Designs. How many of you are familiar with this fantastic company? How many of you are new to this company? Okay. I'm very curious to hear if any of you have ever heard of this company or purchased from them before. But you're going to love it. You're going to love this release, and you're going to love this. Yeah, their stencils are great. Okay, I just wanted to show you real quick a storage system that I use. Okay, Denise, that's okay. If you've never heard of it before, no problem. That's why we do the videos and we try to increase awareness so people can learn about this fantastic company. This is one of the most well-known stencils from A Colorful Life Designs. If you've ever seen me create clouds on any of my videos, 9 times out of 10, I reach for this stencil. This was a game changer for creating clouds. It's called the Cloud Edger, and you get the actual stencil mask, and then you also get the outline, which can be also very useful when you're making different cloud formations. So a lot of people were first exposed to this company through this fantastic stencil. So that might be one way that you've heard of that. Okay. What I have created is this system for keeping all of my stencils together. I have this binder that I got from Amazon. It's just basically a poly binder, and if my internet freezes, don't stress. I'm using my data on my cell plan, and sometimes it does freeze for a minute, but it shouldn't freeze for a long time. Fingers crossed. So anyways, it has 24 sleeves, and I put just regular typing paper or copy paper inside. All right, that's what I did. And then I have my stencils categorized inside this system. So for example, we've got the swimming fish and the school of fish. We've got the underwater edger. It's a very nice way just to keep everything together, and also because some of these have multiple stencils. So for example, I'm going to show you the tree line edger. It has 6 different stencils that you can use, and it's all part of this new release from A Colorful Life Designs. Also, brand new with A Colorful Life is that they're brand new, first time ever stamp set. So we're real excited, and I am super excited that they have this stamp set. Unfortunately, mine got lost in the mail. That never happens, right? We all know and have been there before. When you're waiting for a package and you just keep checking the mail every day, right? Yeah. So this is what the stamp set looks like. This is just a printout that I printed from the website. You know, Mary Beth is the owner of, I'm sorry, Mary Kay. I'm getting her confused with Amy. Mary Kay is the owner of A Colorful Life Designs, and she said it would be okay for me to print this off for tonight. And I can't wait to get this stamp set. Here are some of the sentiments, and they're very inspirational. One says, faith can move mountains. Then sometimes you just need to change your altitude. The mountain cannot block the sun. I love that one. The best view comes after the hardest climb. So fantastic. Hi, Candace. Super fantastic stamp set. Part of the new release at A Colorful Life Designs. Let me see. I'm going to go to the website real quick so I can tell you if I can find it on the website. I think it might be under like clear stamps. Right. Let me get the description up. So we've got the description. It is a 4x4 stamp set. And the price is $10.99. And if you purchase anything from A Colorful Life using my link that's in my description box, and also T, who is not afraid of color, that's her name on YouTube. She can post a link with my actual embedded link. So I would ask you to use that link instead of typing in A Colorful Life Designs, finding it on your browser. Just use that link that's in my description box. It'll take you straight to their website, and then they'll know that you found them through me. So that would be fantastic. Okay, my link is not in the right place. Hold on a minute here. Where is it taking us to? Botanical. Wow, it's taking us to a catalog about buying seeds. This is getting real funny, folks. How did that happen? Hold on. Hold on here. In case you wanted to buy any seeds, go to that link. Garden season is almost over where I live, so I don't know how much that's going to help you. I'm going to try to fix that real quick. Yep, Amy has a YouTube channel. Amy's Wares. That's her YouTube channel. Okay. Come on. Let's see if this one works. Oh, I see. I see. I cut off a letter at the end of the link. Okay, T, I just updated it. That's what happens when you cut off a letter at the end of your link, guys. You get sent to a garden site, which I do not have an affiliate link for, so don't go there. Murphy's Law. When it rains, it pours. Okay, we're going to get this show started here. I promise. Oh, that works. Yay. I fixed it. Okay. So, anyways, yes, you're right, Michelle. It could definitely lead you to worse sites. I agree. Hi, Marva. Okay, so you can get 10% off, basically, using Tracy Fan 10. But again, please use that link to get there. That would be something that I would greatly appreciate. All right. So, how exciting. There's a brand new release right now. And it has all of these stencils. They also have a master creator bundle. If you wanted to get all 35 of the designs and also the stamp set, you could get it at a huge discount if that's something that you're interested in. My discount code does not work with this bundle. So if you do purchase the bundle, you definitely cannot use another discount on top of that. All right. Somebody's talking about good customer service. Are you talking about the seed company? I'm just kidding. Okay, so you're talking about Colorful Life Designs, Mary, right? Awesome. Oh. Okay, very good. That was nice of them. Yep, I think I'm here now, Jerry. So Mary Kay and Pat from A Colorful Life Designs and Pat from Technique Junkies are very good friends. So you'll see that they do a lot of collabs and collaborations together, which is super cool. Let's get started. Enough talking, all right? can't wait to show you. Yeah, if you go to a Colorful Life Designs website, you'll see lots of samples, and a lot of them are from Amy. So she's on the design team, and she has been for a while with the Colorful Life Designs. So a lot of the samples that you see are made by Amy, and she does great work. So I'm new member of their design team, just brand new. I probably won't be able to produce as many videos and blog posts as Amy does, because she is really you know, frequently posting during the week about a Colorful Life Designs. But I'm going to do my best to get a couple out there a month, and I'm really excited to be part of the design team, and really excited to share this new release with you. All right, we're going to see how it goes with being able to, I'm going to get some black paper, all right? And then hopefully that'll help. And if I have to zoom in, I can do that as well. Thank you, Anna. Amy's Wares. That's the name of her website. Her YouTube channel. And that's also her blog, Amy's Wares. She jumped on our chat. There she is. Well, thanks, Amy. I'm excited to be part of the group, because I've always loved these stencils. A long time ago, I'll tell you how I learned about this company. A long time ago, I was on this YouTube hop group called Team Tiny. Well, thanks, Deborah. And Team Tiny did a hop once where it was sponsored by the Colorful Life Designs. And we were allowed to pick out some stencils from a Colorful Life Designs, and then we would make our cards. And I loved their stencils. From that point on, I was seeking them out, and I was really thrilled to find out that Pat over at Technique Junkies sells some of these stencils on her, website from a Colorful Life Designs. Not the new ones, because these are just freshly released, but maybe in the future. So, okay, I have a really cool story to go with this one. When I started working on Colorful Life Designs, I was looking at these stencils, and there were some that were for a canyon, sort of like out west. And I thought to myself, well, you could turn those upside down and use them as an underwater type scene builder. Well, Mary Kay, that got her wheels turning. So she said, no, I'll just make some underwater stencils. So she added to the release. She added these underwater stencils to her release. So I thought that was really cool. And I think that our first card we'll use, make an underwater scene. Now I will hold these up closer. I think I have them backwards. What's nice about these stencils is at the bottom there is an etching. So it's laser etched the name of the stencil. So you'll never have to wonder, do I have the right pieces together? Am I lining this up with the right parts? You'll know that you have a match because of the names, all right? So I'm going to just try to get a little bit closer so you can see the underwater edger. So this one is, let me try to get them in order here. Okay, this one is number 2. Let me turn it over. And it looks like this. And I'm going to just separate it just slightly to give you that look. You can see what I mean here. See that? So, of course, I have it backwards. Let me turn it the right way. Okay. It's not that hard, you guys. I sometimes get myself turned around a little bit. All right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, they have the name on them. You don't have to worry about not being able to find the name. So the name is etched in laser at the bottom. And you can see this one has different coral and seagrass cut out. And they're very versatile, and I will show you how these work. One thing that I do is I use Scotch tape, just, regular clear tape, just to hold them together. It doesn't hurt the stencil at all, and it easily comes off. So for me, this was the best way for me to make sure I keep my parts together and just keep them stored in my pocket folder. And then I just use that tape. The tape comes off really easy. Yeah. And one thing about these stencils, I was using washi tape and it was hard for me to get the washi tape off, but the Scotch tape just comes off like a dream without any problem. Here we have underwater edger number 3. Look at that. Look how the details are in the bottom here. So we can make such a pretty scene with underwater. And that's what I want to do today. I want to use this one to play with this one and do a live card. But first we'll do the full reveal of all the stencils in the set. Let me just put a piece of tape on this and set it to the side. Okay, and the last one that's part of this grouping is called Underwater Edger 4. Okay, and then I don't put them back. Obviously, you saw how I store mine. I put them in my little project folder. But if you wanted to, you can put them right back in that cellophane bag and use it over again. So this one's really cool. It has the sea, like the seagrass and the coral. So that one's really cool too. Oh, I'm going to show you how they work. No worries. I will show you how they work. They are amazing when they work together. And you layer them. So you would take, so this one is number 2. This one is number 3. And once you layer them up together, which I'll show you how we do that, you've got a really cool underwater scene. She also created these really nice little mini stencils. One is called School of Fish and one is called Swimming Fish. And so those can also go on your project. So that's a really cool design and that's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Yep, they're split in half. I'm going to show you why they're split in half. Because what you're creating is dimension, all right? So if you look at this card, I created this with the mountain edger, stencils, and one of the tree line. Okay, and so by having the 2 different parts, I'm able to mask my project. And being able to mask means I don't have to cut out any masking. I don't have to just go with a 1-layer stencil. I can do a multi-layer stencil. And that gives you, I think, depth. And it gives you more dimension. Okay, so to me, when I look at this, it just looks like it wants to pop right off the card. Because to me, it almost looks 3D. Just because of those stencils. So I made that one with the mountain. I also made this one with the mountains. And again, the mountain edger has 6 different stencils. So you can continue to build your mountain range up, up, and up. And that really, yeah, they're 2 pieces. They're called edgers. So they have a top and a bottom piece. This one, I used the mountain edgers and the tree line edgers. And then I created that, and I used a lot of greens and blues, and I used some Stampscapes trees. And of course, when you stamp your trees, if you stamp them in a light color and a dark color, it gives that depth. It looks like some are in the foreground and some are in the background. Thank you, Debadoo. Oh, it looks like where you live, huh? You say it looks like home? Or do you mean out in Oregon? Now this one, you probably can't see the stencils as much in the background because I really added a lot of other stuff to this because I wanted to use these hot air balloons. I just think about hot air balloons going up over the mountains and how pretty that looks. So I used the mountain stencils and I created a mountain scene. I was able to use the decal trimmer to trim my edges. And then this scene down here is from kitchen sink stamps. So we've got the water and the guy in the boat. And to me, this was awesome because a lot of times I struggle with creating a scene that has both water and mountains. And I feel very confident that I can do that in the future thanks to this set of stencils. And I really grunged the edges of this one up. I wanted it to kind of look like an old photograph or something. That's why I really put a lot of ink around the edges. That was that one. There we go with the decal trimmer, Tracy's favorite. So let me show you this other one that I did. So this one is very basic. This one just uses one stencil. That's it, just one stencil. I used some ink blending for my sunset. You guys know I love to do sunset backgrounds. And then I had some stamps that were in my stash, and I just made this kind of funny card that looks like the fox is looking at the rabbit when I should have used a squirrel, right? It's just an inside joke. And then I used the sentiment stuck on you. So this shows you that, yes, you can get the stencils and do the multi-layers, but also you can also use just one stencil at a time and get a beautiful card. This one is Canyon Edger. I don't know if it's number 1 or 2, but I will show those to you. Okay. Okay, and this one uses the Canyon. Oh, this is the desert. I'm sorry. This is the Desert Edger. Okay. Oh, Michelle called me racy. I love it. That's so cool. Yeah, I know I'm tough on your pocketbook. I know. But it's definitely something that, with stencils, they're probably one of the least expensive things in the stamp world. And you can get so much use out of them. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you some examples of that. Okay, this one uses another Desert Edger, which is a large cactus, and the Canyon Edger. So I really liked how this one turned out, and I just basically put the tall canyon up here and the smaller canyon down here. This is actually one stencil, so this is the top part of the stencil, this is the bottom part of the stencil. So there you go. That's why having them cut in half gives you such versatility. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I can use them with a lot of stuff, like with Technique Junkies and the. I'm thinking about the Fairy Stamper, the different underwater scenes. So that's why I'm real excited about that underwater one. And then I just used the Cloud Edger to create some clouds in the background, and then I just had a mask. And I just made my sun. So I was really trying to capture the colors of the desert. Yep. Thank you. I'm glad you like that one. And then finally, this one's a little bit more abstract because it has sort of like the wavy lines for your sun. But I used several of the Canyon stencils and I layered them. And I also used some of the mountain stencils to create, tree line stencils to create the look of grass underneath. But I really wanted something to look like the sun was just bursting from behind the canyon. And these colors just kind of remind me of what it would be out west. I've never been out west to the Grand Canyon or whatnot, but my son has, and I saw his pictures. And so those were what in my mind whenever I created those Southwestern style. All right, so that gives you an idea of why there's more than one. So let's go ahead and look. Oh, okay. If you like that one, Deborah, I'd be happy to send you one for sure. So we've got our tree edger. So again, we have, I think there's 6. There are 6 different tree edger stencils. So this one is number 4. Sorry, I'm going out of order. Just trying to show you. Number 4 and number 3 are super similar. They've got the, classic pine tree look. Hi, Donna. I hope you guys can see that. And so you can create a tree line that is with your short trees in the front and your tall trees in the back. So that's really cool. Okay, and like I said, this one is 6 layers. So some of the smaller layers have very little trees. So imagine that you would be seeing these from a distance. I know they look really small, but the impact is having a variety of a tree line. So the tree line doesn't look all the same all the way across. Maybe if I turn it this way, it'll make better sense. Yeah, I'll turn it this way. Haha, that looks better. Okay. So this is tree line edger 1 and 2. This is number 1 and this is number 2. And then I want to show you, this is number 5 and then this is number 6. All right. So this one has repeating like little trees, and this one does too. All right. And I got really creative when I was using these stencils. I don't know if you guys, last night when I was showing you my cards from Technique Junkies, do you recognize that line pattern right there? I don't know if you remember last night, I was showing you the Technique Junkies, and I have these 2 cards, and I used the Colorful Life Design stencil, this one, to create the heartbeat pattern going across the paper. So what a great, use. I mean, it's meant to be trees, but I used it to make like a heart rate monitor. Thanks, Amy. I've had my patience tested. I'm negative. I know we all have days like that. Yeah. Hi, Meg. I got a little bit mixed up tonight because my camera was facing in the wrong direction. So I know there's probably some people that can't find me, and I feel really bad about that. But I'm so glad you made it and you were able to find me. Yeah. Technique Junkies has some really great sentiments. Some of them are snarky and funny. Some are like inspirational and uplifting. So if you've never looked at those before, I definitely would encourage you to do that. I don't know if I listed my Technique Junkies. I will right now. Okay. Hold on one second, you guys. Technique Junkies. TJ10 Tracy is the discount code for 10% off for Technique Junkies, if anybody wants to get that stamp. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, here's another one that I think will really come in handy when you're creating those scenic outdoors type cards. And I did not get to play with these yet, but they're going to be a very versatile stencil, I'm sure. Okay, we've got the Grass Edger 1 and Grass Edger 2. And so you can layer these and have grass that looks different. So it's not all the same type of grass. So that's what I like about it, because if you think about a field or grass, they don't all look alike. Some grass looks like chunky, some grass looks like thin, some are weeds. So using this system creates some really cool variety. Okay, Debadoo, what? $700 in glitter. Sounds like somebody was stealing your credit card. Okay, and this one is Grass Edger 3. So for right now, we've got, for this one, there's number 1, number 2, and number 3, all right? So that's going to be so much fun. Think about at Easter time when you've got all the cute little bunny rabbit cards. I mean, that will be really helpful to have these stencils. Even if you have like a safari scene, because this one is really thick grass. I like it. You can do a lot with these. All right, so that is the Grass Edger 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now we've got the Desert Edger 1 and 2, Canyon Edger 1 and 2, and Hoodoo Edger 1. So, does anybody know what a hoodoo is? Yes, I know what you're talking about. That you could use it for hair if you had a stamp of a bald person, or if you wanted to exaggerate a person's hair. For the grass ones, you could use them for hair. All right, so this is a hoodoo. If you've ever been out west before, you probably saw these in your journeys. So it's basically a rock formation in the desert that has like a tall chimney. There's one called Chimney Rock. I don't know if you've ever been there before. So I showed this to my nephew and my son. And I'm like, does this look like the one you saw when you went out west with Pap and Grandma? They're like, looks like Chimney Rock. But I forget which state that is. Okay, Meg, I'm glad you mentioned red rocks. So we've got the Hoodoo, which is Hoodoo Edger 1, which leads me to believe that in the future we'll be seeing more of those. The Devil's Tower, that's right. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that one. Hi, Crystal. So here we have what Meg kind of was maybe mentioning, red rocks. You've got your Canyon Edger 1 and 2. Get them in order here. You know, they could be buildings. It's all up to your interpretation. Just like me, when I saw these, I thought that you could use them for underwater scenes, especially this one. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When I was having that text back and forth with Mary Kay, don't you think that kind of would be cool underwater? Sort of like a little grotto where the mermaids hang out? I mean, come on. Am I the only one that sees that? I'm going to make a mermaid grotto with my Canyon Edger stencils. But this one's really cool because when you use it, you can use it like this and, you know, do your ink. And then you have the bottom part here. But it's definitely very dramatic. Yeah, or under a lake. Yeah. Who's its and what's its. Well, maybe that'll be the next one. We've got the who do. Next will be the what do. So yeah, you definitely could use that for underwater. And then of course this one is our big, to me this is like the thicker stones, and this one is more the, you know, the thinner rock formations. Yeah, I remind you, it does look like stagalites and stagamites. There we go. You're right, it does. So if you're in the cave and you're walking through and you're having this hanging over your head, yeah, definitely. You can have these hanging over your head. The different crystals in a cave. Oh, Debadoo, I'm glad you mentioned the New York skyline, because guess what? There is an edger that looks like a city skyline. So we'll get to that one real soon. Okay, let me show you our gorgeous cactus ones. They are so cool. Now this is a little stained. This was the first one that I played with, and I used pan pastels, and for some reason they, like, I don't know, I couldn't seem to get the, you know, pan pastels are highly pigmented pastel medium, and so they kind of got a little stained, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the stencil. And plus I loaded it down with pixie spray, so I had a hard time getting that stick off. But guess what? There you go. Yeah, San Francisco. That would be really cool as a stencil too. Good idea, T. Yep, Debadoo, you're psychic. So you can put these together. You can have your your little stencils in the background and your taller stencils in the foreground, or the other way around, however you want to do it. But either way, it's very cool. So yeah. So I put all those together into one sleeve because they definitely remind me of the Southwest. All right. Let me just slide those in and we'll move on to the next beautiful set of stencils. This is a pretty good system for me because I can really... Okay, this one is the Mountain Edger. This is probably the one I use the most. We've got Mountain Edger number 1 and Mountain Edger number 2. Here we go, these two. And then I'll put 3 and 4 down here. And now there's a 5 as well. Okay, so we've got, yeah, they're fantastic for scene building. We've got Edger 1, Edger 2. I'm going in order. This is number 1 and this is number 2. When you layer them on top of each other, you've got a real cool looking scene. So in case you missed it, this is what I used to create this card. This is the basically 4 stencils that I used. I also added our Mountain Edger 3 and Mountain Edger 4. So what I did, and I think most people do it like this, is Mary Kay on? Hey Mary Kay, how are you? We're so excited that you're here tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited about this release and these fantastic stencils, and we're really sharing a lot of great ideas on how we can use them. Okay, so I put the largest mountain range in the front, and then I just layered it so that the smaller ones were behind it. For me to do this freehand, it's not possible. I'm not that creative. I can't be artistic enough to figure out the perspective, right? So what I love about it is this system does all that work for you. If you follow the order, even if you put them out of order, it's okay. You know, you can design these however you like. Just really does help me. And then this one is Mountain Edger 5. So isn't that cool? This just reminds you of, you know, climbing up a mountain and, you know, trying to get to that top peak. Yep. Well, for this one, what I did was I used my stencils as a mask, which is a great way to use them. But each layer, I sprayed a little water. And so by spraying the water, it made it really soft. And so there weren't really, yeah, Meg, mountain goats. There weren't really hard lines. I was trying to really make it soft and smudgy. And then I had some stamps from my stash of the bears and the moose. And then this is a Tim Holtz sentiment. And I just used ink over top of it. Yeah, definitely, T. You're right. Kevin over at Stampscapes, his stamps would look like a nice match for these stencils, for sure. Just because they're so scenic. Okay, now we've got the ground. Simple ground and simple hills. Okay, I haven't even opened these up yet. So let's go ahead and do that. And Mary Kay, I was showing them my system for storage, which is basically a poly binder that has 24 pockets. And I put typing paper, copy paper into each sleeve. And then I'm keeping my sets together in each sleeve. So I have, for example, all the mountain ones in one sleeve, the canyon and the desert in another sleeve. Yeah. Yep. So Amy does a really cool job with her stencils. And she's really smart, you guys. She does all of her coloring sort of in advance. So she keeps all of her critters and cute little colored in images in a binder system. And so when she's using her stencils, she just goes in and grabs what she needs. I wish I had that much organization skill in my life, but it's a great way of pulling from your stash. And once you have your scene set, you know, adding a little cute fox or a little, you know, bear or whatever. Super cute. All right, let me turn these around so that they're facing in the right direction. Here we go. Simple ground 1. This is the top. This is the bottom. Like this. Those go together. So you've got your nice rolling hill. Always helpful. This is your, you've got your scene. And as I was looking at these, I was thinking about snow and snow drifts and how these would make fantastic snow drifts. And up until this point, I gotta tell you, I was just like tearing paper apart to make my snow drifts because I didn't have anything to use. But I know for now on, I'll be relying on these to create my snow drifts. So let me show you what I mean. These are Simple Hill 1 and Simple Hill 2. You know, you put them together like this, and you've got like a rolling hill, or you've got a nice snowbank. Yep. And then this one is the ground, so you can even put this one down here too. You've got a nice variety this way. So super versatile and can be combined with lots of other stencils. And Mary Kay, what I'm doing, I'm just taking a little piece of Scotch tape, and I hope that doesn't hurt the stencils at all, but I figured because they're mylar sort of material, that they can stand up to a little bit of tape. That way they're together when I put them in the sleeve. And it's just one way. I was using washi tape, but I was finding the washi tape was kind of hard to get off. Like, it wasn't impossible, but the Scotch tape is super easy to work with, and it's see-through. So if you're like me and you're really visual, I don't like having anything obstruct the view of these stencils. So I use my Scotch tape, nice and clear, slide it down into the pocket, and now it's safely tucked away in my little storage system here. Whoops, I bent the top. Okay, so gotcha. If I leave it on too long, it might fuse. And then you should not use Goo Be Gone on Mylar. So just remember that, everybody. Don't use Goo Be Gone or Goo Gone on these. That's good to know. All right, I can switch over to washi tape. Here we have our Skyline Edger 1 and 2. So Debadoo, when you were talking about the New York skyline or a city skyline, this one definitely lends to that. All right, so let's pull this apart. That one. Yeah, I never thought about that either. It's good to think about that because I guess with it, you know, it would dissolve it or something. It could really mess up your stencils. All right, so we've got I keep flipping them around. That's my fault. Okay, this one's number 2. And this is number 1. Here we go. So this one has our Skyline Edger 1 and 2. And as you can tell, these are definitely perfect for layering, because once you have your solid image down of your skyline, then you can go over top and you can do illuminate your buildings. You can illuminate like with windows, put some windows inside these. That would be really nice. So I don't see Nancy. Why can't I see her? Nancy. There she is. Hi, Disney princess. Nancy and Leah are in Disney, and they're being Disney princesses with Minnie Mouse for the next week. Hope you're having a great time and enjoying some adult beverages and relaxing and having a magical day. I hope that you are. Okay, so I also have in my little pocket binder, again, this is my Colorful Life stencils. I have some that I previously received or just recently received. This one is one that I picked out. It has the waves. Isn't that one nice? Okay. That one's called Waves. And then they've got several different sun rays. And I did, oh, by the way, I put labels on the bottom of my pages. So this one says Mountain Edger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just put the label at the bottom. But this one, I didn't have a chance to label yet. So let's go ahead and look at these beautiful sun ray stencils. Okay, this one is called Rays. And this one is called Mini Rays. So you've got Rays. And if you like the skinnier rays, you've got Mini Rays. I'm sorry, Bitty Rays, not Mini Rays. They're called Bitty Rays. So those are fantastic. Could possibly do some overlap with those if you wanted to. Perfect for the backgrounds. This one is called Landscape Rays. Yep, I think you're right, Melissa. And then this beauty, which is a 6x9 stencil, is called Shimmering Rays. I love this one. I could see myself using that a lot. And that's what I used on this card. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking we could possibly overlap some of these with the rays. That would be pretty cool to do. I think that would look really neat. Just line it up and shift it a little bit. Then you have some really cool effects. But anyways, I put all of my ones that look like sun in this little sleeve. Okay, so that's my system for storing. I do have more stencils. I just haven't had a chance to categorize them yet and put them in my container. But I have used them in the past and, you know, different design team projects you've probably seen. We all fell in love with the glorious skeleton leaf. This is one of the stencils that we received for Stamp Wars when we had Technique Junkies as our sponsor. We got a beautiful stamp set and this stencil to play with, so that was a lot of fun. And you could do so much with this leaf. You can put texture paste through it. I mean, I don't want to go spend too much time on these because they're not really the focus of the video. But this one is called Paws. Look, it has big paws and little paws. Isn't that cute? And then I have a whole bunch more in here. I've got the split stencils, so I have to do my homework and get these organized and do more videos. But remember I told you I was part of a YouTube hop a long time ago? This was one of the stencils that I received as part of my participation in that hop. I created a Christmas card using this one. It's called Damask, Big Damask. Yeah, so we'll look at those another day, all right? Because I know you want to see the action. That's what you came here for tonight, not to hear me talk and do show and tell, right? You want to see how this all works together. All right, she does. She's got beautiful stencils and fast shipping. So I'm super excited that I'm part of their design team now. And I'm also excited because I know that I can fit it into my schedule. Like I said, I won't be as able to do as much as Amy does because she is like a rock star when it comes to how wonderful her videos are when she is demoing Colorful Life designs. She's got so many great ideas. and has come up with a lot of beautiful projects. You know, I don't know how long you've been on their design team, Amy, but I really have learned a lot from your videos. But I'll try to do a couple a month at least. And lives are always a lot of fun. I love to do lives. And I could see us doing more lives using different sets of stencils. Tonight we're going to be using these underwater stencils. And we will start by grabbing a piece of cardstock. Yep, this is the hammer mill cardstock. And you might think, you know, of using maybe Bristol Smooth because I'm going to be doing ink blending. But this cardstock, let me just get the name of it here real quick. Hammer Mill Premium Color Copy Paper. Hammer Mill Premium Color Copy Paper. That is available through Nancy's online Amazon shop. It really does a great job. I use this for ink blending. I use this for pan pastels. I use it for stamping. I use it for coloring with alcohol markers. It's super versatile. So it's very affordable too. Now this is the 100 pound. You can also use the 80 pound. All right, since we're doing an underwater scene, I brought out some blues and purples. So we're going to go ahead and create our little grotto for our mermaids to hang out in. Okay, so we've got Cove Blue, Stone Blue, Tranquil, and Serene. And we're going with purples and blues. Very similar to that mountain scene, that misty mountain scene. Sometimes I call it Himilco, but I meant to call it Hammer Mill. It's Hammer Mill paper. Okay, so we've got number 3. Okay, we've got number 3. Number 3 looks like this. We've got our different seagrasses and whatnot over here. So that's that one. And then, oh, sorry. This is number 2. Start with the smallest number. That's my system anyways. You can do it however you want, but I'm going to start with number 2. Here we go, number 2. Okay, this is number 2. And it has that, like, this reminds me of seaweed or kelp or something coming out from the side here. This reminds me, of course, of coral. And then we'll do number 4 last. Although number 4 is pretty big, I might want to start with that one. So what I'm doing right now, I'm looking at the size of the features that are on the stencils. You can do so much with this, really. There's no right or wrong way. Okay. So I kind of like the way that looks. I might flip it just to give it a little bit of variety. All right, I'm going to start with number 3. Okay. Now I'm using a silicone mat. This definitely helps me to ink blend. Stacy is sending me a present in the mail. It's a product that she doesn't use anymore that I'll probably get a lot of use out of when I play with my stencils. So thank you, Stacy. I can't wait to get it. Yep, you can use either side. You can use either side. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our Cove Blue. That's our darkest color blue. Okay, and I have a lot of ink on this brush already. So I'm just going to start with the ink that I already have on the brush. I might want to bring in some greens too. Let me grab my stack of green ink, because the more I think about it, I think this would look really great with sea glass and Bay Breeze as well. All right, so let me grab my green blending brush. And I'm going to go over what I just laid down with some of this sea glass. Well, and by doing that, I'm getting a nice turquoise color because you're adding blue and green together. Oh, I love these inks. They're my go-to inks all the time. Okay. All right. All right, so we'll go ahead and put this aside. I just use water and my microfiber towel to clean the ink off. It's pretty easy to get that ink off that Mylar. Let me grab my water. I forgot to grab it when I was gathering all my parts that I need for tonight. I just have this bottle that used to be a hair product, and I cleaned it out and I use it as my spray bottle. I also have a distress sprayer, but because I'm trying to get the ink off of my, I'm just going to use this water sprayer instead. You can also ink smoosh. So we've got the ink on there. We can lay a piece of paper over top. Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can make some cool watercolor backgrounds with these stencils too. But anyways, let's clean this off. There you go. That's all you have to do. The ink comes right off. You don't have to use any kind of special cleaner or anything like that. It's really quite simple to get the ink off. All right. Now that was number 3. Let's grab number 4. What we'll do, we'll take, number 2. Let's do number 2. So remember I told you that we're going to use these as a mask. So we've got this. We're going to use it as a mask. Where'd it go? We're just going to cover that up, what we just did. Okay, so I'm covering it up. And then I'm going to grab a piece of washi tape and just tape that down. Now, let's go ahead and find number 2. Number 4. I'm getting my numbers mixed up. Sorry, guys. This one has 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. So this is number 3. Next, we're going to do number, let's see here. I like this one. This one is number 4. Okay. Now we'll go with the blue ink. Okay, so we've got that one. Okay, number 4. Put that right over top of there. Okay, I'm going to use my washi tape or I have some Scotch tape here, so I'll just use that real quick since I have it handy. Piece of washi tape. Let's see, we used that. This one is number 2. This one has that really cool seagrass. That over there. Let's go ahead and use purple for this one. This brush was last used with Serene, which is the new light purple color. I'm sorry I'm not watching chat right now, you guys. I'm kind of concentrating on the creating. Let's see here. This is going to look pretty. And then I'm going to go down here and turn my stencil the other direction. Right here. Okay, and I can take and mask. I'm going to mask that part right there. Then I can fill it in with a different color. So I'm going to fill it in with purple. So what I'm doing is I'm just, don't worry about this part right now, but what I'm doing is I'm just taking and holding it down, and then that's giving me that color for that section. Okay, and then for this one, that one, here it is, found it. Okay, we will mask this, lay it here. It's kind of looking underwatery. That's the idea, to give it the look of an underwater flora, fauna, whatever. Place where a mermaid would hang out. Okay. Now I used blue with my, green with my last color. So I'm going to use some of this light blue. This is called Tranquil. Yeah. So the secret to getting a nice ink blend is to have an ink pad that is juicy. Okay, you don't want an ink pad that's dry. Re-inkers are your friend. So when you're able to have an ink pad that's got nice amount of ink in it, it makes for just better ink blending, and the paper as well. By using this hammer mill paper, we have a smooth surface to blend on, and that definitely makes a difference. The smoother the better when you come to ink blending. And you can also use pixie spray to keep your stencils from moving, but I have the silicone mat underneath and it just kind of grips everything, so I kind of like that aspect of it. I'm trying to make this a solid blue. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to mask that. Yep. This one like this. See that? And I'm going to go in with a nice dark green, that Bay Breeze. It's really dark as far as our greens go, and it's a sea-colored green. It's the bluish green of the ocean. Okay, I better grab some washi tape so this doesn't move on me. You could use other colors. You can grab some red or orange for your coral. I have some new Catherine Polar colors that I might try here. Thinking that would look really cool. Let me grab those as soon as I line my stencil up here. Okay, I'm changing my mind on the Bay Breeze. I'm going to hold that thought and use Merlot, Clay Mask, and Sparkling Berry. These are the brand new Catherine Polar ink colors. I'll go ahead and make this coral pop because we want to draw attention to that. All right, let's start with Clay Mask. Okay, this one is a color that I've never blended before. So I'm gonna grab a piece of scrap paper and make sure my blending brush is clean. That's pretty good. Okay, this is a real pretty, like apricot color, I would say. Pretty. Okay, that's the clay mask. Now let's try some of the sparkling berry, which is a bright pink, I believe. Yep, I think it is. My ink, this brush has a lot of color on it already, so I'm just taking and wiping it on a piece of paper. Okay, this is definitely a wine color. That's why it's called this is sparkling berry, sorry. So it's not quite a wine color, it's more of a real vibrant pink, I would say. Okay, so I'm just coloring a couple accent areas. Now we'll go ahead with our Bay Breeze. I want to get this piece of, there's like some seagrass here in the corner. I'm going to color that in with Bay Breeze. And thank you, T. You've got to get some color in here. It can't just all be, you know, 2 or 3 colors. You've got to make it pop. Let's see, that's looking pretty good. And then okay, I don't think I've used this color a lot. It's called Hot Tub, but it's looking like it's a nice green. So we'll finish it off with this color green. I just want to make sure I have everything masked so I don't have too much mud color coming through. There we go. Oh, that's a pretty green. I like that. Okay, leave that on there for a second. And I'm gonna have to clean this real quick. That's looking real pretty. Okay. And what I want to do is go one more time with one stencil that I only used once. So I'm trying to repeat the pattern at least twice here. Okay, this one I used twice. This one, I only used this one once. So I want to use this one again. I'll flip it over and do the other side. Okay. And this is where the layering stencils come in handy. So I've got this really cool piece of seagrass, right? And I definitely want to color it, but I don't want to overlap this pink little rock, all right? So what I can do is have it kind of growing out of the rock, sort of in the background. And what I'll do is I'll take the, and mask it. Let me see. This is not it, it's this one. Okay. Where are you? Where'd you go? Here we go. This one. Yeah, I had it right the first time. Okay. So this one in the mask would be right here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cover up. So I'm going to cover up the line that I just did with the bottom part of the stencil. This is going to then mask that entire section and cover up the ink that I just put down. I'm doing that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and the grass, seagrass, right here. Here it is. Hi, Star Patrick. How are you doing? Put that one on top just like that. Okay, so here we've got, this is what I'm trying to do. Get some of that grass to pop And I'll go ahead with that hot tub color that I just used. And then I have a little piece over here too. All right, so that helped create sort of like a shadow. That is cool looking. I like that a lot. Okay, we are creating an underwater scene using the new stencils from A Colorful Life Designs, which are layered stencils. And I promised you guys that we would do a giveaway with this. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to leave a comment after the video posts, not during the live right now, but after the video is done and it's ready for comments. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these stencils from A Colorful Life Designs. Let me know which ones you think you would use the most. Please let me know, and then I'll pick a couple winners from the people that leave comments. And you just never know what kind of prize you might get. You might get some stencils from A Colorful Life Designs. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, that might be your prize. I think that would be a super prize. Now I just have to finish the bed, the ocean floor here. And I'm going to go in with this color. It's called Skyline. It's another one of those beautiful greenish blue colors that Calvin Puller has in her collection. Okay, Nancy, have fun at the Animal Kingdom. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, please give us a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to leave a comment after the video is done uploading. I will pick a couple winners to win some prizes. And I will announce those later this week. I'm just filling this in with this hot tub color. It's called hot tub, but it's really very teal looking. Okay, you can, yeah, let me know, Deb, whenever I'm done and this video goes live. Let me know which one you like, or which one you would like to have. Because I know you probably like more than one because they're awesome. But basically, when you look at the collection, which one really catches your eye? And I'm just filling in some of these like bare spots with my smaller brush. And it's okay to have a little bit of white there. That just sort of creates that shadowy look. You don't have to worry about it being, I don't know. To me, you don't have to worry about it being completely solid all the way through. But it's really your decision. You can you can do it any way you like. Now let's go ahead and put some fish swimming atop the grotto. How's that sound? So there's two fish stencils. Okay. You know what's so cool about these fish? You could definitely have them going in any direction, right? So you could have them sort of swimming downward towards the ocean. Or if you flip it, you can have them swimming upwards towards the light. That's cool. And then this little set of fish, this one is called the, let's see here, fish swimming fish. This is called the swimming fish. Okay, so those are some nice sized fish. I like that. Oftentimes when you get stencils with fish, they're like so tiny and petite. And there's like, I feel like there's just nothing to them. So I like these. All right, so let's go ahead and use sea glass to color in some fish here. Okay. Grab this little guy. I have this smaller stencil. It's very fine tipped, so it's really great for these sections like this. So I hope you guys are liking the design that we're building together tonight. I really am having a good time with everybody. Sorry that I'm not able to look at the chat as much as I normally do, but I'm going to start looking now. Does anybody have any questions about the stencils from A Colorful Life Designs? Does anybody have any questions about the new release? Okay. So got those gorgeous fish swimming. And then we will layer on top of that this one is called School of Fish. We can even have them going in the opposite direction, a clash. But no, I'm gonna have them all kind of swimming upwards. And I'm just gonna use the ink that I already have on my brush, and I'm going to lightly color in these fish so that they're not all the same color. Yeah, just keep swimming. That's a great sentiment. We'll put one back here too. Oh, Jerry, that's great. I'm so glad you got some of their stencils. That's awesome. Those fish look so cool. Oh my gosh. Hi, Maureen. We're making a grotto for our fish and our mermaids. We're making an underwater scene. And you know what? Because it is underwater, I'm going to do one of my favorite things. I'm going to spray it with water and then use a paper towel to wick up the moisture. These inks are water reactive, so I think it's going to give it a really cool look. So we'll just focus down here with our water. Let that lift some of that ink a little bit and take our paper towel over that. That just gives it a real soft look. Okay. So that's looking really good. I like it. So pretty. And then I'll probably add some light blue ink just around the edges here because it is, after all, an underwater. Oh, thank you, Mary Kay. I'm gonna give it some light blue. This is our cummerbund color. Super light, or we could use Tranquil. Let's use some Tranquil. A nice light blue. Thank you, Jerry. Yes, Debadoo, I wanted to get some texture. There you go. Good way to describe it. Yeah, the little bit of water just gives it that soft look. I like it. So my ink is not covering up necessarily. I mean, I'm just kind of ink blending the edges. Not trying to cover up what I already completed. But I think it looks pretty cool. Very, it's murky. It's murky looking, but it's still pretty cool. Okay. And I'm going to clean my ink off my desk for a second here. Great. Yeah, give it a try. I'd love to see what your cards look like when you spray them, you know, with a little bit of water afterwards. Definitely, because the inks, so even if you're using distressed inks, you know, they react with water too. Catherine Pooler inks react with water, so you're going to have that. It's like sort of like how distress oxidize. These inks also have a reaction with water. Okay, so let's look at our little mermaids. No pun intended. So I'm gonna find my mermaid that I think might look really cool. Oh, thank you, Michelle. You're so sweet. I really appreciate it. These are some really cool quotes that I think I might use. It says, it's not the length of the life, but the depth. Sort of like an ocean quote. Yeah, I'm totally going to be using these backgrounds for my work for a fairy stamper when I do their work. Because it's just the perfect marriage of underwater stencil meets mermaid stamps. Okay, she's pretty big. I don't think I want to use her. She's a little bit smaller. I can also just use part of her. I don't have to use her entire body. But I could have her way at the bottom. Let's try that. Yeah, you could use the rays at the top, sort of like the water coming through. So we could have our mermaid down here in the corner. She's pretty cool. You could do darker color rays. Yep, the stencils. Yep, you could do that for sure. So I'm going to probably put her probably in the middle. And then I'll put my sentiment at the bottom. Okay, I'll grab one of my ray stencils and we'll do that. I just want to make sure that I'm getting the right look here for my mermaid. I think she'll look pretty good there. I wish she was a little bit smaller, but it's all I have to work with. I don't have a smaller mermaid from this company anyways. Everything's really big. I'm looking through my list of things here right now. I'm looking through my different things here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna grab the Bitty Rays stencil, the one that has the real small sun. Okay. Yeah, we could use just the treasure chest. We don't have to use the mermaid. That's a good idea. Let's give that a try. Hold on a sec here. All right. Great job, Denise. I think you'll really love those. Yeah, I think she's too big. She's too big. We need something more petite. Yeah, this would be a great spot to go snorkeling. So I think the treasure chest makes a lot of sense. We put that down here. And then we have a sentiment here, and it's not distracting too much from the, you know, background, because I mean that's the focus here. All right, you guys, I hope I don't mess this up. So we're gonna go for some rays, and they're gonna be at an angle because the fish are swimming towards the rays. Okay, and I'll just use Catching Rays or Limoncello, one of those colors from Catherine Pooler. I'll start off with light because I don't want to go in too dark. So that's giving us some rays coming through. I shouldn't have moved my stencil. That was my fault. I'd probably use Pixie spray with something like this because it's got a lot of, well, the rays are, there's a lot of them. I don't know how else to explain it. Hi, Debbie J. How are you? We're playing tonight with the new release from A Colorful Life Designs. Okay, T, what do you think? Is that all right for my rays coming through? I just want it to be subtle. I don't want it to be overpowering, in other words. think, I mean, that just gives you the look of the rays coming through. So I think that'll do. I don't think it wants to, I don't think I want it to be too, oh yeah, Mary Kay, that would be awesome. Yes. I just don't want it to be too, I don't want it to be too overpowering. Okay, thanks. Glad you think that looks okay. Okay. All right, we're almost done, folks. We're going to put our little treasure chest in the bottom here. So the treasure chest will be sitting at the bottom of the ocean floor. And I'm going to stamp that with some VersaFine Clair Onyx Black ink, which is a great pigment ink to go over top of my dye inks that I used to create this scene. Again, I used the Catherine Pooler inks, which I highly recommend. They're sort of my go-to for sure. I mean, I still love playing with Distress Oxides, don't get me wrong. Definitely enjoy those. But I feel like the Distress, I feel like the Catherine Pooler inks are super versatile. Wait, now what am I doing wrong? She's like, wait, stop. I'm like, I already did it. How can I stop? Oh no, what did I do wrong? I'm stopping. It's too late, but I'm stopping. What did I do wrong? T, what? Oh, don't worry. I have something to decal that edge. Do not worry. You scared me. I thought I screwed something up. You're too much. You crack me up. All right. I'm going to go ahead. I will be able to decal that little bit down there. Don't you worry. I can do it. I know I can. I am confident that I can. All right, let me make sure I have this lined up right. Okay. I'm using a Colorful Life Design stencils, and this is Fairy Hugs stamps. This is the treasure chest from Fairy Hugs, and the sentiment is called Depth. It's not the length of the life, but the depth. I'm not going to use the mermaid, Debbie J. She's too big, and she takes away from the focal point, which is the actual underwater scene that we created with our stencils. All right, now it's looking pretty good, you guys. Super happy with how it turned out. It's got just a little pop of color, but it's super ocean themed as far as like the greens and the blues, you know, even a little bit of purple. Yes, I can grab that card. Certainly, no problem. This one says Spirit of the Wild. This one, I don't have a sentiment. I'm waiting for my sentiment stamps to arrive from Colorful Life Designs, and then I'll put one of those sentiments on this card. Okay, this one says Stuck on You. This must be the one you're talking about. My spirit is in the mountains. Yeah, I mean, these cards do not need sentiments. They're beautiful enough with these beautiful backgrounds. But if you did want to use a sentiment, I like the ones from A Colorful Life Designs because they definitely lend to this whole theme. Ties together so well. And I can't wait to start using them So remember, faith can move mountains. That one is great for the mountains or the tree line edger stencil set. Sometimes you just need a change. Sometimes you just need to change your altitude. That's a really cool sentiment. Again, the mountains or even like the deserts or the canyon edgers, I think would look nice with that. The mountain cannot block the sun. That would be really cool with the sunrise in the background. And then the best view comes after the hardest climb. Okay, so you've got some sentiments that really tie in very well. So your question about the die, so this is actually a stamp that I used, but I did use the dies to die for ragged. I know it's not called ragged edge, but it's yeah, the one that looks like the decal trimmer. It is yeah, you're right, altitude would look great with my balloon card. Yep, you're right, because the balloons are going up in the air. Good idea, Jerry. I'll be doing that. I have a couple more balloons, so is that what you were asking me about? Which die did I use to cut out that card panel? Because it was that I have it. Tattered edge die. Thank you. So it's tattered edge. This is the rectangle. They also make it in circle and oval. That's what that is. Okay. But you know, you don't need those dies because if you have a decal trimmer, it looks very similar. And the decal trimmer can be used for anything, any kind of project that you're working on. Whether you're cutting out your sentiments or cutting out your panel. So we're going to go ahead and decal trim this. Okay, I only need to take a little bit off each side to make it the proper height and width for. So yeah, when I started working on this panel, I didn't really know what it was going to turn out like, to tell you the truth. I mean, I had an idea in my mind about what I thought it might look like, but I think it turned out really nice. I'm really pleased with it. And I'm just going to use some of our faux watercolor paper in the background. And if you missed the sound of that decal trimmer, I can do it again. It's super loud. We were joking about that last night because some of us have some very funny stories about using decal trimmers. Okay, this is watercolor, faux watercolor paper. Melissa, you're cracking me up. This watercolor paper is faux watercolor. It's from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to try to pick something for my background color. I like that color, but it's almost too matchy-matchy. So let's see if the green doesn't look better. Yeah, the green looks a little bit better. Let's try yellow. I think that might be our best bet. So I just want a little bit of a border around this panel. It doesn't have to be huge. I'm glad with the way this looks. I think it looks pretty good. Okay. Well, that's a good idea, Stacy. That's a really good idea. So another cool thing about the Catherine Pooler inks, you can make your own background paper. You don't have to rely on. So let's do it. Good idea. So we're getting super creative here. Let's use, let me see what colors I would want to pull. And I need to grab the catching rays. I Thank you, Mary. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. I guess I should use a little bit of green since it is the ocean. But I want to use a little bit of yellow at the top just because I think about the sun coming through. Thank you, Debbie J. So we're just ink blending to make our own background paper. I hope this orange and green do not make mud. I'll try to keep them apart a little bit. Hi, Cheryl. It's okay. You can always catch the replay. And the last color we'll use is the new purple, which is called Serene. Okay, so this is the pretty bold background. Spray it with some water just to get it to lighten a little bit. And you're not going to really see that much of it, so you don't have to stress over it too much. And we have a little bit of ink left over on our table, so I'm going to spray that with some water and just do some ink smooshing with a piece of scrap paper that I have here. For future use, I'd like to save that ink. I like to grab it with my paper, and then I can use these for background panels, and if they're not dark enough, I can always add more ink later. So that's actually really pretty as a background for this card. Just that, the way it looks. Well, well, well. Yep, let's finish it. So you take your ink, you just smash it down on your, like that. And you just spray some water on there. And then you take your finger and you smoosh them together. A little bit here. And then you just tap and turn. You're just going to tap and turn. Try to get that color up on your card. This is not watercolor paper, so it's not going to take that much more water. So I have to be really careful. I don't want to I can always dry it with my Tim Holtz drying tool for sure. But there you go. We've got a nice background just by ink smooshing. I like that. I'm going to add a little bit more purple. So I'll go ahead and wipe this up. I'll quickly dry my panel just so that I can get that purple to come out on my next layer. That was a happy accident. Yes, you're right, Stacy. I certainly wasn't planning on using this panel as my background, but why not? That's right, Debadoo. We need to stick together. Those of us that love purple, we definitely need to. There's a lady at my stamp club. So I'm a member of a stamp club, and we get together once a month. We make cards together. Each time a different one of us teaches the class. And okay, I can try that. She says that the art teachers and the teachers of the little kids, they always say, beware of the kids that pick purple as their favorite color. And I thought that was funny. But then again, she also loves purple too. So I'm not sure if that's really true, if any teachers really feel that way. I don't have a little cup with water that I could use to make my brush wet. Well, I'm going to keep it away from the green, so that's probably a good idea just to brush it in like you said. I just want to get some purple. I don't want it to be so green. I want there to be purple. Just on these spots here. And because I've already dried my green, sorry I'm off camera, I should be okay. And it's just the background. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, I guess that's what they were hinting at. That we're unique. Kids who love purple. All right. Yeah. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a background panel. And you're not going to see it. Okay. All right. So. Whoops. As soon as I dry this, then we'll be done for the night. I'm going to put my card together. This is the panel that we created. Just the background panel. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not really going to see it except for the edges anyways. But it definitely matches the colors of our project. Thanks, Cheryl. Okay, we've got our panel. It's still a little damp. And then that matches up super nice. Yep, there we go. That matches up really nice. And of course, we also have this panel if we want something a little bit bolder in our background. This one has the different colors of ink that we used in the project, from the orangish yellow to the green down to the purple. So either way, you have a nice panel for the background. I might have to trim this a little bit more with my deco trimmer, just a little bit more, and then I'll try to get my paper to dry. This section here is still pretty wet. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Okay, so that's all I have for tonight. Please make sure you check out my channel. Yeah, you're right. A dark blue would be cool too. Make sure you check out my channel. Later this week, I'll have another video up that I pre-recorded for a Color for Life Designs. I'm going to show you how I made that mountain card with the misty mountains. Yeah. Hi, Biddy Penny. How are you? That's all right. We're just getting ready to put this panel and card together. We have been demonstrating the new stencils from our Colorful Life Designs, and we were able to showcase the underwater edgers and the fish stencils that are available through that new release. And so this is our final card. I think the ink blended background is cool because it's just got that grungy look to it. And I could also ink my edges to make them a dark blue, but I don't know that I want to do that. I kind of like it the way it is. So definitely created some nice layers there, something that would be difficult for me to do by hand, and it would also be difficult, I think, to recreate in a stamp. And I think the stencils are super versatile and make a great addition to your crafting stash. So thank you all very much for watching my live tonight. Don't forget to visit the A Colorful Life Designs website, where you can check out all of the new stencils that are part of this new release. Don't forget to use my coupon so that you can get 10% off. Use that link that's listed in the description box, which is my affiliate link, to go to that page. Please, that would be fantastic if you did that. And don't forget to leave a comment after the video is over, and I will be giving away some gift certificates from A Colorful Life Designs. So you want to definitely comment, and then I'll pick a winner later this week. Thanks everyone for checking out the premiere of these beautiful stencils. I hope you all have a fantastic evening, and I plan on doing another live at some point this week, so I'll make sure I give you notice that you know to tune in. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you, Mary Kay. I'm so excited to be part of your team. Everybody's been fantastic so far, and your products are just amazing. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.